So don't like be negative Nancy or getting your feelings or I feel some type of way because you were ghosted. Listen, I don't even always notice when I get ghosted because I literally, when I'm applying for a job, I have a spreadsheet. I literally am just like adding more and more to that spreadsheet as I'm applying. And it takes me going back to like reevaluate my trends and see how is my job search going before I realize somebody ghosted me. I'm not. Hey y'all, this is Timeka, the face behind Heyyy HR. And I gotta talk about a topic that I see trending everywhere. I want you to know that there have been plenty of times your girl been ghosted too. Long before I started recruiting, long before I got into the tech industry, long before I did strategic recruiting, long before I started even full-time or full circle recruiting, I've gotten ghosted a lot. The thing about it is I've learned how to overcome it because I've now realized the reasons why we get ghosted whenever we apply for a job or we've been interviewed. So if you want to know the reasons why you may have gotten ghosted from any position, then definitely keep watching. Honestly, there are tons of reasons why you can be ghosted. But I'm gonna give you the top 3 because these are the reasons that happen so regularly. Your recruiter who has either scheduled you or who you submitted the application to can be new. Maybe they're still learning. They can't keep up with the pace of the number of applications that they have. Maybe they don't have the support to be trained on the flow of applications. Maybe they're still trying to get relationships built with hiring managers. They're new. Maybe they're still trying to learn the system, the applicant tracking system that they're using. There's so many things that can go on when you're brand new as a recruiter. The heaviness is on you. I'm not trying to give any excuses. I'm just saying picture yourself in a new position. Are you going to perform at your best? There are going to be some times that you're going to drop the ball. Plenty of people may say, well, and definitely because I see it on LinkedIn all the time, people will be like, well, I've been ghosted, da da da. So you might say to me, there's a lot of people been ghosted now. So you mean tell me all these recruiters knew? No, a lot of times I'll tell you I've posted positions on maybe like a Friday afternoon. By the time I get there Monday, I already got 500 applications. And you best believe it's continuously growing. How can I keep up with it when that's not the only position I'm recruiting for? Maybe I'm recruiting for 5 different positions at a time. Maybe I'm waiting on a hiring manager to finish giving me a download. Now, normally you get that download of that position before you post the job. But if I'm brand new, do I know that? No, I might have went ahead and post the job real quick, not realizing I need to learn the job myself so that I can interview others on it. And maybe they don't really have that support in the HR department. They're new, they're trying to figure their way out, and maybe their manager doesn't realize how much they still need to train them. Maybe they literally don't know what to do. What do I do with all these candidates? So they freeze. I've seen it happen over and over and over and over again. I'm just letting you know that the number one reason that really could happen is because the recruiter is either new to the company, new to their role, or have never sourced or recruited for that position before and still trying to get used to that role. So that role is new to them. Many times when they're new, they really don't know what to say to candidates whenever they can't hire them or they can't interview them or whatever the case may be. I've seen it so many times. I've trained other employees where I'm like, well, why haven't you sent an update? Well, I don't know what to say. They didn't know to create templates. They didn't know that, hey, I need to reply in X period of time. They've already kind of removed themselves from the applicant's seat and not realize like, hey, this person still wants an update. They submitted this application, 30 days ago, give them an update. They had an interview 2 weeks ago, they want an update. Sometimes they're waiting on the hiring manager to give that update and they don't know how to pull that update out of the hiring managers because they're still new. They're still learning that hiring manager. They're still learning their role. They haven't gotten acclimated yet. And I can't tell you how many times I have sent rejection letters and some people respond real harsh. It's hard. And so if a new recruiter experiences that and they're not seasoned enough to know, like, this isn't at me, this is this person just expressing their feelings, they get nervous about sending any rejections because they don't know how the candidates are going to respond. As a result, I just need you guys to have patience for these new recruiters because there are tons of them. There's tons of them that just aren't acclimated. They're new positions that's constantly coming up. It could be that they're new. Now, the second reason is that this position can be on a temporary hold. Maybe we haven't gotten the green light to go through and do a job offer. Maybe we haven't gotten the green light to finish all rounds of the interviews. They shouldn't ghost you for this. Now, I ain't trying to say people should ghost you for this, but people do ghost you for this because that position's on hold. 1, they don't want to lose their candidates. 2, they don't want to look like they have no candidates in the applicant pool. They don't want to start the interview process over because maybe they already started that interview process and the position got on hold while they're interviewing candidates. So they're like, okay, now I got to start from scratch. And now there are many reasons why a position can be on hold. Sometimes it's on a financial hold. Perhaps finance has said, listen, we're at our threshold on how much we have budgeted for new positions. Hold off on hiring until we get more revenue generated to feel comfortable adding on more expenses. Now, sometimes this definitely can happen where the hiring manager went out unexpectedly. I can't tell you how many times they've gotten sick, their kids got sick, they had a car accident, whatever, and now we don't know what to say to these candidates because we haven't gotten an update from that hiring manager. So you're literally waiting until they come back into work so that you can get that update. And unfortunately, sometimes is that position is on hold because we've really hired too fast and haven't kept up with the number of candidates that we can bring in. Now, people shouldn't be doing that. Honestly, that comes from leadership who may not have been keeping good check and balances on this thing. It could come from having approvals early in the year and then revenue is not going the right way as the company anticipated. So now you're like pending final vacancies. So maybe what they've done is posted this position too early because somebody submitted a resignation, then they decide they're going to stay for a little while, and then the company's like, okay, we're going to let you stay longer. But meanwhile, we've posted that position too early. So we've gotten applicants before we've gotten a vacancy. And so that definitely can cause a temporary hold. And then this final reason y'all gonna like, and I'm pretty sure my comments are gonna get flooded with this one, but the final reason is, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, some of these recruiters biggity. They feel like you need them, they don't need you. They're the wrong people for the positions. They shouldn't have been hired in a recruiting position. I've seen that too. Oh, well, they'll get an update when I'm ready for one. Or, oh, the hiring manager didn't say anything, so I'll just wait on them. And they're not really being a good advocate for candidates. Now, to be honest with you, anytime that happens, that's just a sign of bad culture in that organization. You wouldn't know it because you're on the outside. You're thinking, they just ghosted me. I don't know what to do, da da da. But a lot of times, if somebody's like really taking a long time to give me a response or something, I honestly don't wait. So I don't get my emotions involved because I don't literally put all my eggs in one basket. The best way to combat being ghosted, hold on, I think I got one more reason too. Okay, one more reason with them being biggity is that they're new to power and they're misusing it. Y'all, don't get me started on that because I literally having a home issue right now where I know someone that is not used to power, like i.e. my HOA president, and it's really irritating me because when people aren't used to power, they misuse it, they abuse it because it's new to them. They feel like I have the power, I can do what I want. Oh, I can do this, I can do that, and they forget how it feels from that person's point of view. So these biggity recruiters, they the same damn way, y'all. I'm gonna dive right back into the reasons as to why I don't want you to no longer let these ghosting issues like bother you. If you guys are on my email list and you see my emails that I sent out about ghosting, because ghosting and rejections, I literally laughed at them. Like, I don't worry myself because what I'm not going to do is apply to one job and wait for forever. I'm not going to sit there and like, oh, I'm being interviewed by them, so I'm not going to talk to anybody else. What you have to do is think about it from this perspective. These companies are interviewing hundreds, sometimes thousands of people at the same time that they're interviewing you. And I won't even say interview. They definitely receive that many applications, but they're probably interviewing 50, 60 candidates while at the same time that they're interviewing you. Why would you give them your undivided attention and they didn't give you their undivided attention? I guarantee you for that one company that you applied to, there are tons of other companies that's hiring for the same position, probably better pay, probably better benefits, but you don't know because you're waiting on that one company. So don't like be negative Nancy or getting your feelings or I feel some type of way because you were ghosted. Listen, I don't even always notice when I get ghosted because I literally, when I'm applying for a job, I have a spreadsheet. I literally am just like adding more and more to that spreadsheet as I'm applying. And it takes me going back to like reevaluate my trends and see how is my job search going before I realize somebody ghosted me. I'm not sitting around and waiting on one job. To be honest with you, what I want to do is by the time they give me an offer, I want to have multiple offers so that I can compare for the best offer. I suggest you guys do the same. Those are the top 3 reasons why most times candidates are being ghosted. And I wish I could be telling you from like a statistical point of view or, oh, I researched this. No, I experienced this. I lived this. I eat this. I breathe this for 10 years. And so I want you guys to pick up your heads. Stop feeling down about yourself. Stop calling these folks. Well, I will say this. If you had submitted an application or you had an interview, particularly definitely when you had an interview, within that first week or 2, go ahead and send an email asking for an update. Please don't do it the next day. The next day, you should be just sending a thank you note. That's it. But in a week or 2, go ahead and send an update. Hey, I wanted to get an update on this, da 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 da. You're probably gonna wait another week or 2 and send another one. You don't get a response by then, keep it moving. So y'all, I am so happy to have had you here. I hope that you found some of this information valuable. And if you're new, I hope that you found it so valuable. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. If you are returning, I really appreciate your support, and I can't wait to see y'all on the next video.